The rest of the books I'm unhauling are romance. I mostly read romance on my e-reader, which is my phone. Hello Tandem fandom, my name is Alexis and welcome to the Tandem Collective YouTube channel where you can find the latest book recommendations, releases, and news from Team Tandem. Today I am going to be doing a sorely needed haul-unhaul video. I am running out of space, like many book lovers, many readers could understand, especially when I still have books coming in. So I am doing a 5-book haul with a 5-book unhaul because that's only fair. Now, last year I made a video about different places that you can bring your unhauled books, and I will link that below for a full comprehensive guide on your options for books that you're wanting to unhaul. However, I will also be mentioning what I'm doing with my pile of unhauled books today. I just wanted to mention that if you get proof copies or ARC advanced reader copies from publishers, or if you receive any copy of a book for free from a publisher, then you are not supposed to make any profit, any money off of that book. Therefore, you can't sell it. You can't sell it secondhand. You shouldn't be bringing it to a charity shop. So any books that you receive free of charge, especially those ones that are proofs that say not for sale, nobody should be making money off of. So you can bring those to free little libraries. You can give them to a friend who you think might like that book. I have in the lobby of my building, there's a bookshelf that people are free to leave books in or take books from. So I bring a lot of my ARCs there. Just that quick little reminder about what you can and can't do with books you get for free from the publisher. That being said, let's get right into it with my haul for this month. So I'm going to start off with a set of 3. They're all very, very different genres, but they are all from Bloomsbury and the Bloomsbury International Showcase that we did a couple of months ago with these authors. And these are some of the books I was able to get. They are all advanced reader copies, so let's get into it. The first one is The Instrumentalist by Harriet Constable. I'm really excited about this one because it is about a woman who worked with, I believe it was Vivaldi. Yes, Vivaldi in Venice. Her name was Anna Maria della Pieta. And it is about her story and the story of female musicians during this time in Venice. It's also got this beautiful proof cover, because that's the regular print cover. And this book, I believe, comes out in August. And I will put the release date of this book right here, but it is, like I said, it's historical fiction. It takes place in Venice in the early 1700s and tells a remarkable story about the will, the drive, the determination of these women to make music, to get their music heard during this time. So that's The Instrumentalist by Harriet Constable. My next proof I got from Bloomsbury is Magic Pill by Johann Hari. And this is all about the new weight loss drugs that have been coming out over the last couple of years. So the subtitle is The Extraordinary Benefits and Disturbing Risks of the New Weight Loss Drugs. So it's a nonfiction, and what Johann Hari has done, which he's written other books that are also led by investigative journalism, is he actually started giving himself one of these weight loss drugs and chronicling his experience of it, while at the same time talking to experts around the world about the implications of these drugs on individual bodies, but also on our culture. And it was fascinating to get to listen to him talk about his thoughts and the pros and cons of weight loss drugs. So I'm really interested in digging into this and reading about the different sides of this issue and what he has learned. So Magic Pill by Johann Hari. And then my last proof I'll share with you from Bloomsbury International Showcase is Sleep Like Death by Kaylin Bayron. And this is a Snow White retelling, hence the poison apple on the front. And this proof actually glows in the dark. So I was really eager and then very excited to get my hands on one. You may know Kaylin Bayron as the author of Cinderella is Dead, as well as This Poison Heart. And this is her latest fairy tale YA retelling, Sleep Like Death. There's the title there, which again is a Snow White retelling. All right, my next two books that I hauled are special editions. The first one, this is from Owl Crate, which I have never had any books from before. I don't have a subscription from them. I've never bought any of their books, but I have long admired them. And when I saw this come up and saw that it was available to buy subscription free from their website, I jumped at the chance. And that's because this is The Sins on Their Bones by Laura L. Samatin. This is one of my most anticipated releases of this year, and I actually just finished reading the ebook of it and absolutely loved it. It is a adult romantasy, and it takes place in a world inspired by Jewish folklore and Russia. So if you're a fan of Leigh Bardugo's Shadow and Bone or Six of Crows, it's a similarly built world to that in terms of there being magic and a similar like level of technology. Like they have guns and cannons and that sort of thing that you don't always see in Anglo inspired fantasy. So I just think that this cover is stunning. And then the real selling point for me is actually the hard case of this book, because here it has the Havdalah prayers written in Hebrew, and that is a ceremony that is described and performed beautifully in this book. It was just very meaningful to read. So when I saw that they had the Havdalah prayers on the case, I was like, this is the edition I need. They also have on the back case, it says, just as your sins are written on your bones, so shall you bear the name of God, which definitely comes into play in this story. And then it has gorgeous end papers. This is Alexis, who has usurped the throne to be Tsar. He usurped it from his husband, Dmitri. And then you have Dmitri here and his spy master, Vasily, who are in exile at the beginning of this book because there was that coup from Dmitri's husband. So that is The Sins on Their Bones. I'm so excited to finally have a physical copy of this. And then finally, I have the Fairy Loot YA book for the month of June, and that is The Darkness Within Us by Tricia Levenseller. And this is the follow-up to her previous book, The Shadows Between Us. You might also know Tricia Levenseller as the author of Daughter of the Pirate King and Daughter of the Siren Queen, that series. So I know this is was very anticipated by a lot of people based on her other works. And when I saw predictions that it would be the Fairy Loot YA book this month, I decided I would get it. I wouldn't skip it. And it's got these beautiful sprayed edges here. This is a historical fantasy that follows Chrysantha and a man who is claiming to be her husband's estranged grandson. So Chrysantha has married a guy who is elderly with the hope that he will soon die and she'll get freedom and his money. Then somebody who claims to be his estranged grandson comes along and threatens all of that. So that is The Darkness Within Us. I'll just show you the gorgeous reverse dust jacket there. Oh, so pretty. This is the case, and I think that is stunning. The back, you don't often, I think, get stamped cases with character art on them, so that's really cool. Usually it's like patterns and writing, like the Sins on Our Bones. And then gorgeous, gorgeous foiled end papers. That's like one of the trendiest, I think, special edition features lately, is having foiled end papers. Yeah, so that is The Darkness Within Us by Trishan Levenseller. So these are my 5 hauled books for June. And now we're going to get into my unhauled books. I want to preface my unhauled books with saying I am not getting rid of any of these books because they're bad or I was disappointed by them. Hard choices had to be made, people. These are unfortunately the ones I don't have room for, or ones that I know somebody else who will enjoy them next. And I'm just going to start right off with this book here, Reprieve by James Hahn Matson. I had been eyeing up this book in various bookstores, I feel like for the last year and a half, 2 years, and for one reason really, and that is this really cool sprayed edge. And I finally found it on sale because this one was a little bit damaged, so I was able to get it a little bit cheaper. So you can see it says Waterstones exclusive. And I came to find I had mistaken this book for another book, which was Death of a Bookseller by Alice Slater. And upon just reading the synopsis here, it's horror, and it's sort of about an escape room and winning money from escaping from a house of horrors. And horror is just not something that I gravitate towards. I am a big scaredy cat. I can't watch scary movies. And this premise in particular, just trapped room, trapped house, I think is too much for me. So I will be passing this on to somebody who I know really enjoys horror. I have a couple of ideas for people on Team Tandem that I think might enjoy this. But if I am going to read this, I do think it would be on audiobook anyway. So it seems silly for me to keep this gorgeous physical copy if I know I'm not going to read it and that the genre is not really my thing. So that is the first book I am unhauling. The rest of the books I'm unhauling are romance. I mostly read romance on my e-reader, which is my phone. I don't have a Kindle or anything like that, so I use my phone. I've actually read 2 of these and ended up reading them on my phone. I know other people that are really going to enjoy them, so I am going to give away these 2 that I've read, which is The American Roommate Experiment and The Long Game, both by Elena Armas. I really enjoyed these books. I have, favorite romance authors, and those tend to be the only ones that I keep physical copies of, just because, like I said, I read most of them on my phone. This one was an ARC that I got from BookFest last August. Team Tandem member Holly was kind enough to share it with me because she had too many books to carry home. So thank you, Holly, for this ARC. And like I said, I really enjoyed it, but I think that it's just time to pass it on to its next reader. And The American Roommate Experiment, I believe I bought in a charity shop. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I ended up reading it on my phone. Yeah, I just don't have the space. So this one, I think I will be definitely bringing to a little free library or seeing if anybody on the team would like it, because it is an ARC. And then this one I will probably be bringing to a charity shop. Next up, I am going to unhaul Zora Books Her Happy Ever After by Taj McCoy. I got this in I think a 3 for $6 deal at the Works. And then I realized after getting it that it was a love triangle, which is just not a trope that I enjoy, really. So I am curious about Taj McCoy's other books and definitely want to give them a try, but I feel like this one is just not for me. So that'll also be going to the charity shop. And then finally, I am going to be unhauling Ever After Always by Chloe Liesi. This is part of the Bergman Brothers series. It's number 3 in the series, which I don't think I realized when I picked it up. And it also centers around a married couple who have sort of lost their spark, and how they move through that and try and get it back. And again, just like the love triangle, it's just not really a trope that I enjoy reading. Plus, once again, as romances, I would probably be reading these on my phone, so I don't need a physical copy of them. So yes, that will also be going to the charity shop. So these are the 5 books that I'll be unhauling this month, and these once again are the 5 books that I have hauled this month. So let me know in the comments what you usually do with your unhauled books, if you have read any of these books and what you thought of them. And as always, you can sign up for Tandem's newsletter to get all of the latest creator opportunities straight to your inbox by going to the link in the video description. There's also a link there for a video where I talk about all the different places you can bring your unhauled books. And of course, you can always find Tandem on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.